Okay, I'm going to try and show you some of the things that you can do with Google Slides that maybe you weren't aware of. So if you want to do your character map in Google Slides, what you would do is create a slideshow, which I'm hoping you know how to do, and you add a new slide. And I already started this one because I wanted to test it actually. And then I wanted to see if it would go. So we have Abigail Williams had an affair with John Proctor. So how did I get that on there? That's what you might be wondering. And so you go to shapes, and then let's say that you want, go ahead and put a little curved rectangle. It gives you this thing, and you press it and drag to create what you want. And then, let's see, Rev, actually I'm going to abbreviate Rev. Samuel Paris, Paris. Okay, so we have this character, and let's say I want him to show up. So I'm changing the size of the box to make the text show up on one line because that's how I want it. And there, stretching. So I get a little nitpicky with that, but that's fine. So then we have Reverend Samuel Paris, and we know that he is uncle to Abigail Williams. So we need a way to show that on the character map. What we would do is come over to shapes, and you can do that with insert, and it'll have shape, or you can do it with the things here. So you can go find shape, and then we want arrows because that's easier. And depending on how I want it, if I want it to go one direction, I do it this. If I want it to go two directions, I do this and this, whichever one. If I want them all linked together, I can do a quad arrow or a three-way arrow. It just depends on, and I could do one like this and twist it, and that would work. So it just depends on what you want. In this case, I'm going to do this kind, and it only draws in this direction for the one that I picked, but we go like that. And then you see this little knobby thing up here? You can use that to rotate it. And then you can use the arrow keys to move it into position, so the up, down, and then rotate it however you want it there. And then I want the text is uncle to Abigail Williams. And then this is a little too big, so I'm going to go up here and change the size of the font. 10 to 11 maybe. No, it looks like it even needs to be smaller than that. 10 is about the smallest I'd go though, so instead what I'm going to do is stretch the arrow. So it kind of does that. And then you can do that. Okay. So that's how you get the shapes to show the connections, okay? With inserting that. Now what we want to do is the hyperlink, which is the part that most of you didn't know. So you're going to need a slide for Reverend Paris. So I'm going to go down to John Proctor's, well, let me show you what you can do, okay? So when you're here, Abigail Williams, I made a hyperlink. So let me do, I'm going to click on present. And so here, when I click on this, it takes me to Abigail Williams' slide. So here's her slide, character traits and connections, your words go there, quotes and evidence, your words there, symbol, what is it, why did you choose it? So you might choose a bloody hand because she drank blood to kill someone, like that. And then there's a little link that goes back, that's supposed to go back to the character map. But let me see. I'm not sure why it didn't work, but we'll look into it. Okay, so that's what I'm looking to do. So I need to create the slide for him first. So I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to add a slide like the one with the two columns. I think that works well. And so we're going to take Reverend Samuel Parris. Okay, so his slide, and like I showed you with Abigail's, you do the info, your words, and then you would do quotes to prove your perspective, and whatever it is that you think about him. And then you would put the symbol and you would say what it is and why. So what it is and why. So let's say that, let's say for him, I want to do a cross. So I'm looking at Reverend Samuel Parris, and I go up here to image, search the web, and I'm going to do a cross. And maybe I'd rather have clip art, but let's take, I kind of like, this one looks kind of grave-like. So I'm going to take that one. Maybe it's a memorial. That's interesting, but okay. So there, I picked out a cross. And so I would explain it. Okay, so we have this slide that I'm going to want to link to. So you go back to the slide where you actually have the little box that refers to him. You click on it, and then you either go to Insert over here and Link, or when you're clicked on it, there should be up here, Insert Link, or Control K. So if you're there, it'll go. Insert Link. Notice that underneath there, it says Slides in this presentation. And so it'll show you, when you scroll down, you should be able to do it, Reverend Samuel Parris. So apply. And it inserts the text, which, let me see if I can change it. So if you delete the text, let me apply that. Oh, the problem is that, okay, look, that didn't work. Samuel Parris. Okay, so here, link. Oh, that's funny. Okay, the fact that it looked it up for me. Reverend Samuel Parris here, and apply. Does that stick? Perfect. Okay, so if you highlight the text, it'll work. It became hard to see, so I might take the filling in the box and make it transparent. But then the box is hard to see, so I click on it, and let me make the outline bigger. Do about 4 point, and instead of black, I'll make it like this blue. There you go. So, so you can revise it like that. And so when you go here, present, it should be now, when I click here, it should take me to the right slide. There we go. So it takes me to Reverend Samuel Parris. So that part worked. Now the other part is that you have to be able to get back. So you would take it, and the shapes seem to work fine. So if we do a little wave one, let's go like this, and let's type return. So turn to map. Okay, or return. Yeah, we could just type return actually. There, I want it to kind of fit like that. And I remember that it inserted text strangely when I hadn't selected. So click, I'm on the text. I click 3 times to highlight it all the way. 1, 2, 3. And you can see the things highlighted. And then I go up here, insert link, slides in this presentation. And I don't want slide 1, I want slide 2 where the character map is. And apply. And so now it says return. It's having the same issue where this is not very visible. So I think I still want to do, I mean, I can fill it with any color I want if I wanted to do like a pink, and then you could totally see it. And I can do the border, the outline of it, any weight I want, and any color I want. So let's say that I wanted a red. It's relatively ugly, but you get the point. So then when I'm in the presentation, I start off, so present the Crucible Act 1 character map by student name. I'm a estudiante and so very diligent here. And then you click next page. And when you click on this link, it takes you to Reverend Samuel Parris. It'll give you more information about Parris. And then you click on return, it'll take you back to the map. You click on this, it takes you to Abigail Williams. And this thing is in my way, but this is supposed to take you back to the character map. So apparently I did that one a little bit strange, but it's there. You click on John Proctor and it's supposed to take you to John Proctor, but I probably didn't insert that link yet. Okay, so you should have the idea of it, and I'm going to stop here and see if the video came out okay. So stop.